back to Sara for Rollerdrome.
Yeah!
Come on.
Oh my gosh, this is like, I mean, aside from one other project that I'm doing that's coming out later this year, this is one of the coolest things that I can say that my voice is in. Like, if you ever played any Tony Hawk back in the day, imagine that, but on roller skates, but you also have guns and you shoot people. It's so cool. Like, and it's all pretty and cel shaded, and just go and play it, man. It's so good. I think if you have a PlayStation and you have a certain level of the subscription service, you can actually play it for free, or you could play it for free for a bit. It was the game that was included for that month.
Yeah, it's like on the essential or premium plan or something like that from PlayStation sub membership.
But even
stuff.
if you don't have that, go and buy it. It's so good.
It looks amazing, and it is, from what I've heard and what I've seen, it is that kind of Tony Hawk skater, but mixed with like 80s classic Running Man sort of vibe, where you're killing, but it's like sport as entertainment and slaughter as entertainment, that kind of Smash TV kind of thing as well. And oh my god, it just looks so good.
Yeah, essentially it's like a blood sport style game, and then there's also a story that's running in behind it as well. So you're sort of in these arenas playing the sort of the core part of the game, which is you perform tricks, and you that's how you replenish your bullet supply as well. So if you've shot out your entire clip, you just go and do a couple like wheel grabs, and then you're good to go and shoot people again.
That is such a cool mechanic. Instead of having to worry about like pressing buttons to reloading at just the right time, or picking up ammunition, like it's traditional kind of mechanics, you actually just have to do this really sick kickflip or something like that, and spin and grind, and then you're good to go again and start slaughtering away whilst looking cool doing it.
Looking so cool. I mean,
who do you play?
What's that?
Who's your character? Who you play? Who's the role that you did for the game?
So, a very essential role of the news reporter. So I'm part of the story in the background that's going on, and actually I haven't played enough of the game to hear myself yet. So I'm feeling like, because I know what the content was that I was talking about, it talks about stuff that's quite a bit further along in the story. So. And plus, like, I'm not that great at the game, to be fair. So I'm like handing the controller over to Connor and being like, "Can you do this one for me?" Okay, cool. But no, it's great. Essentially, it's telling a bit more of the background of the world, the character that I'm playing. So yeah, classic news reporter style stuff.
I love it, and you've got quite the experience of doing that sort of. I don't take this the wrong way, but when I say dry delivery, I don't mean that as a reflection of your talent for doing VO.
Ouch!
Ouch! Sorry about
that. The says I'm a voice artist, so you got to be nice to me.
But it is. I haven't played it yet, but I'm excited to play it. I've got this kind of idea in my mind as to what it might kind of be like. Do you remember Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
Where the Paul Verhoeven sci-fi brilliant movie, where it does those kind of like infomercial kind of news stuff. It's like satire, but it's treated very seriously. Like, would you like to know more? Is it that kind of vibe to like the kind of the background world building and things like that?
I think it's less tongue in cheek and more quite serious. It's only from the content that I've been doing. I think that some of it is, it's fun. It's not like it's not intended as a comedy, but it doesn't completely take itself seriously, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I went to the launch party. When was it? Maybe, when did it come out? Was it a couple of weeks ago, maybe? And it was in an actual roller skating rink, which was
that's amazing.
Cool. It was actual roller skating disco. I was like, this is perfect. And I met the guy who does the voice of there's like a main commentator for the actual game itself, and he was great. We got along very, very well. But I actually did roller skate. You didn't have to roller skate while you were there, but I'm like, come on, you're not going to go to a roller disco and not skate. I only fell over once, so.
Did you break into Xanadu at all whilst you were on the?
I should have. They were doing this amazing mashup. They had DJs that were doing kind of sort of house music, sort of not, but also it was occasionally playing music from the game as well, which was very cool.
That's
So,
cool.
yeah, they didn't give anybody guns though, which is, a shame.
Paintballing.
even water pistols or
Paintball!
paintballing or something. Yeah, that would
I
have been
think
okay.
water
what you're-
pistols would be bad. We would all slip over.
I'm really
You-
surprised that marketing didn't do like a collector's edition with like free roller skates or something as part
That
of
would be
the,
very cool.
the collector's edition. Like buy the game, you also get like roller skates or something like
Ooh,
that.
or,
That would
or
be
the
mean-
like
pretty cool.
really fetching orange jumpsuit that the main
Oh,
character is in.
now
Yeah,
you're talking. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
want
feel
one of
like-
those.
awesome.
I feel like giving away roller skates is just opening yourself up to legal action somehow in this in this world that we live in. Because the first
It's a
thing
good
I would
idea.
do-
until
Sign a
someone gets
waiver.
hurt.
yeah, anything you have to sign a legal document for buying it, that's probably that's my kind of special edition. It
That
does
would be so
look
funny. Yeah.
amazing though. Like I watched the trailer because it was one that had actually slipped past me until we were talking about it in group chat, and then I went away and looked at it, and it gave Running Man was the first film I thought of after you said about that, Ross. That was the first thing I thought of
Yeah.
with the vibe. But the game style and gameplay, it was making me think of. I don't know if you remember Wet. I loved
Oh,
that game.
Kind of. Yeah, I never played it, but I remember it. Where you're it's wet work. Where you're like an
Yeah.
assassin or something like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
It had that feel of like really good freedom of movement and like slow down in the bullet time type stuff. And weirdly, maybe want to go back and play My Friend Pedro again as well. But again, it's just I like the fact that you come out of a flip and everything slows slightly, and then you're shooting someone in the head, and then you're back into all the freedom of it. It looks really good and it's really pretty.
Yeah, it's like that kind of style of game is like Hotline Miami, but you're on like rollerblades, and you got to do all this really cool, slick stuff whilst taking out the enemies and surviving. And it does look so good. I'm gonna try and check it out as soon as I can because, well, just Sarah's in it. Really, that's the only reason I need.
Sold.
Sold.